Days of mining looked like very little when you count and weigh, but the lava-powered furnace made me smile. I had more iron than I had ever seen. Yet when I placed it as the base of the beacon, it was a heart-sinking moment. There was nowhere near enough for the full effect. It had taken a lot of time to get the crucible furnace up to a high enough heat to melt the iron ore, and while it had been doing what it needed to do, I had been gardening. My Botania stone circle, the site for the beacon mound, was starting to look like I had imagined the mystical sites of old. My elders would talk to me of such great places built before I was born. Once, I was even taken to see the ruins of such a place. It filled me with dreams that one day I would create such a magical garden of beauty and power. Yee, now then. Welcome back to a Druids Tale. I'm just getting some bits and pieces, some coal ore. I'm just using my fortune pick because I got a fortune pick, and this crucible furnace that I've been using seems to want to eat coal as well as lava to get up to a decent temperature. So who am I to complain? I've got plenty of coal, so I'll just keep stocking it up. I figure while I'm waiting for stuff to smelt down and double up in the ores, I can make myself useful and make my coal. Coal ore is only as valuable as the coal that you get from it. There we go. I've set up another thing for the furnace as well. This furnace over here. Let's fill that up. As you can see, its temperature's way up at 2000 because it's got coal and lava directly below it. Lava directly below it as so. Just put that there for now, just to cover it up. That keeps it going nicely. Very good. And when the ores, we're about to see it now, when the ores turn into molten ores, I've got it set to auto-eject fluids. So it was there briefly, 4 ingots, 4 molten iron ingots, there we go. Went 2 off each ore there, did 4, so yeah, 2 ores, made 4 ingots, and it auto-eject fluids. And this little ingot caster, which is, it's basically the cross like that. So cross like that, but made out of these special bricks that we made last time in the smelter, in the tank, in the tub. Yeah, ingot casting. And I've got quite a bit of iron so far. Quite a bit smelted up, doubling all up nicely. It's going well. And I'm getting this byproduct, unknown ironic dust. And I've got some more on there. But I smelted a couple up and it became aluminium ingots. So that's interesting. Just by smelting all this up, there's a chance that I get dust as well. I believe it's in the recipes. Yeah, there's 10% chance of getting a dust as well to go with it. Pretty cool. Bit good. But there's other things that I want to do today, so I'm going to leave this to smelt up now. Let's go to the Botania area. This is now my botanical gardens. Nearly. It's not quite ready yet. My Botania little playground. I went and I took off the diamond blocks and put them back into my little stash. I'm still going to have 4 beacons, but I'm going to have 4 pools above the beacons as well. And I've had this mana running for a little while just from those day blooms up there. And they're sending mana down and across to here like so. Yeah? I set that up a little while ago because I wanted this to start having power as soon as I got here with the flower, the Jaded Amaranthius. Alright, these things are pretty awesome. Let's shift right click it. Right, I'll show you. Everyone likes flowers, right? The Jaded Amaranthius has just made it for that purpose. Feeding it with mana from mana pools will have it quickly grow new mystical flowers around it in any spots it can. And it was fairly easy to make. Spring, the redstone root, and a few petals, no problems. And now it's already setting flowers around. It's using mana to plant these flowers around the place. And I don't think it's going to go much further than this lip here. I'm not expecting it to. But then I can go along and I can just go, well, I'll have flowers, thank you. And the mana generating is becoming flower power. I'm gaining all of the flowers. Oh, thank you. Gaining all the flowers from it while it's working. And also, my little Druid's mound in the middle of my Druid circle is going to start looking pretty because it's going to have all of these flowers on it. Yeah? Let me just put these back, so I'll collect them all later. There we go. It does it fairly randomly as well from what I can see, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like that, okay? So, yeah, I've got those day blooms up there pointing down. Those day blooms are up on different levels. And I think that cut out the problem with the day blooms being next to each other. There was an inefficiency, I think it is. Let's go. There. Let's just use these. Pretend these are day blooms. Okay, the day bloom, if it's inefficient if you've got another day bloom next to it. So I went and I put, well, let's do a bit of wood. Put one block above it, and then it was there, meaning that there was nothing next to it. So some of those are on the diagonal staggered, but they still get read by the same mana spreader, which means I'm still filling the same amount of space, like all around the spreader, but they're on different levels. So it works just fine. Yep, that's that. Also, while I got this wood, we'll get this set up as well. I plan on using a lot of this oak wood. So I've been collecting up the living wood over here. I've been doing my tree farming and placing down the logs around these pure daisies, like the first thing you make, just to get them off and running. I think I've got some more in here. This one. Yeah, there we go. So I'll just keep making these while I'm over here, because gives these daisies something to do. And these are only white flower petals. It's hardly anything really, but I want to use the wood type. I want to use the special Botania woods to make any buildings and even microblocks. I can use microblocks here as well to do all of this sort of stuff. There we go. So they'll start changing in a little while. We'll get that done. The other thing that I've set up ready is I'm planning on having the hydrangeas. Where were the hydrangeas? Where did I put the hydrangeas? Did I place them down somewhere? I'll put them in my bag. There we go. Hydrangeas. Right, hydrangeas. They're an interesting one, hydrangeas, but I'm planning on putting them here. Okay, where these two torches are. But I'll show you what I mean by interesting. For a start, you would expect them to be planted next to water, because they're supposed to eat a water source block nearby. Let's go shift right click. Yeah, so it sucks up water in a 3x3 area around it. On the same height is the problem, right? It says there, on the same height. So I've got to put the water on the same height as the flower. Now, for any of you that know anything about Minecraft water physics, if you put a flower next to the water on the same height as the water's just going to wash it away every time. Well, there is another way around that, and that's one thing I've been working on an idea for. I've got a rod of the lands and a rod of the seas. How very useful are they? I think I saw Lewis doing them first, and I thought, they are awesome. I'm going to get some of those because that's the thing. That's the thing I need in my life. Right, so one method that I did in a test world was, let me see, this here. Let's go there, and let's put that bit. Oh, actually, I've got my dirty stick. Let's put that there, that there, that there. Okay, and then put a water source just there. Right, now that water will flow down into here, and when I remove this block, it won't roll backwards. Okay, because it's moving down there, and it won't roll to the sides because it's moving down there, and it won't roll to this side because it's moving down there. Right, so if I add another couple of blocks there, and another couple of blocks there, and a bit of water there, water there, water there, water there, right? That's making now an infinite source. So when I place the hydrangea there, it will eat from 1, 2, or 3 of the sources, and the other ones beside it will make the source back again. In theory. In theory, that should work. Pretty sure that's what I did. Oh yeah, there we go. Look, started doing it now. It'll take anything from the 3x3 around it, so it's taken a few seconds to start working, but now it'll start taking water, but the infinite water streams will kick back into gear, and the only one that I have to worry about is the water coming over here. However, I'm not so keen on that looking pretty. I mean, I could have these dotted around all over the place, these little, like, flower curtains. Just have this little bit of water shading that one plant, and have some of these beaming around. But I actually want some ornamental gardens over here, so I decided to change out what I was doing there. That's it. I'll get rid of this, because I don't want that there. Shall I dare working through the night? It's fairly well lit. Let's go back. Right, I had a quick sleep. So what I want to do is I want to put the hydrangeas in here. Right, and they should both be linked to the spreader. If I could see it, let's dig down here a bit. Let's go down. Can I see that spreader? Yeah, you can just about see the box outline of the spreader it's linked to. Yeah, and that one is also linked to that one up there. You can just about make out on the top of my screen it's just linked, which means that any mana it generates will beam across to this mana and then into this second pool I've got here. The secondary pool is going to start getting mana when I put some water down here. So what I intend on doing here is having some infinite sources. Now I could put infinite sources like that, and that means the hydrangea will constantly take the infinite source from this corner piece here, and it will refill itself. And do the same like here as well. Give it another option. So on all 4 corners it's going to have an infinite water source, like so. I'm going to do the same on this side as well. And what I reckon, by looking at the design that I've worked out on a piece of paper, is that this is actually going to look a bit like a botanical garden, little pool, little pond feature, water feature in my botanical gardens. Let's take the last of this up. So I'm thinking about putting some nice wood on it and things like that, and just steep it up, maybe put a few flowers around it, give it a bit more of a design maybe. But this should start filling up while I'm messing around with all the design work. Right, I could even break this out, maybe just leave those in the middle, give it a bit more of a pool with something in the middle. Yeah, that might work. Yeah, we like that. We like that. So, yeah, it'll start generating mana now. Let's have a look, see if it's doing it. Let's pop up here. Okay, well, it should do. That's gaining mana. And that's gaining mana. They should be beaming mana up. Yeah, it should be working all fine. Maybe that jaded plant is taking a bit of mana out of this pool, or I'm just not seeing anything yet. Sparing power, accepting power. Accepting power. They're both accepting power from items, so it should be beaming in. Is that one actually connected to the mana pool? Yes, it is. Yeah, it's going in. It's going in. It must just be used up by the jaded Amaranthius. Right, so what else? I think to make that look a bit nicer, I'm going to need to put something over it. And I reckon I can use lily pads. Why not? Let's use some lily pads around the edge here. To make it a little sweeter around the edges, because it only ever takes it from that block there. And if I leave a lily pad there for long enough... actually, let's put lily pads on all 4 corners and you'll see. When that one takes some water, the lily pad pops off. Look, there we go. And so that one will be the same. It'll take it off there. That one will be the same. It'll take it off there. So we'll put the things around here. 5. Oh, look at that, just enough. Alright, now we're starting to see it look a bit like a botanical gardens display, aren't we? Now, the only thing is, these mana spreaders get in the way. Could do with having some sort of invisible mana spreaders, really, but oh well. And I'm thinking of maybe doing some sort of like wooden bridge based on the wood, this sort of style of wood, because it's exactly the same textures as the mana spreader itself. So let's get these back. Have a look, see what we can do. There's a few different decorative blocks in here, and I also heard that Vazkey's made a decorative update as well. So we're on version 65 currently in this video, but very soon we'll be on the latest version again. With Vazkey, you end up having the latest version every other day, so it's hard to keep up sometimes. Right, so we can make let's see, this, and this. No. No. Okay. Well, I can make stairs, can't I? Yeah, I can make stairs. Living wood stairs. I can also make planks. That's probably a thing as well. And I can make living wood plank stairs, which may look slightly nicer. We'll have a look in a minute. And I can do slabs. Yeah, I can do slabs. So let's take a couple of slabs from that as well. And then there's blocks on their own, aren't they? Yep. So let's have a look at the different textures here. We've got the full block of plank. We've got the stair block of plank. Looks pretty cool. And we've got the slabs. Yeah. What I'm thinking is trying to get this blended in somehow with some form of pretense. Some form of structure. Maybe even have it so that it goes over like something like this. So it's going to go up and over. So we can climb up and over it. Maybe. Maybe I'll put another mana spreader, because they're not expensive. It only cost me a petal and a piece of gold to throw something up like that. Or maybe I go from there and have stuff going on. I'm gonna obviously mess around with this some more. I just want to get a feel of a sort of a shape for it. And then this would be normal living wood, I suppose. Let's put dirt block there, because that's over the top. That's the same as that one there. And I don't necessarily want to join them up together. Potential shapes, maybe. So we'd have that go in there, that go in there, that on there. There's potentials. There's potential for some sort of artwork to go on. Sort of a bridge going over the top of them. To disguise the mana spreader just sitting there on top. Maybe have a second mana spreader there as well, aiming at the same thing. So, yeah, maybe. And then some flowers around, of course. We could put some flowers around it. That's the other thing. Move some flowers around a bit. Tidy it up, make it look cool. I'm going to play with that some more, because I like to take my time with block placements and designing and stuff. Because it generally takes me far too long, especially on camera. So we're going to get all of these put away for now, and I'll play with them later. Yep, I can put all them away. Okay. Oh, another thing. I got a load of glowstone dust, and the plan was to start spreading out some lighting around the place. So if we F7 it, you can see that there's a few places that have yellow squares, which means in daylight nothing can spawn, but at night time anything and everything can spawn. Except here. Glimmering magenta flowers. Alright? Glimmering magenta flowers are very simply 2 bits of glowstone and a mystical flower. And then they give you a light source, like a torch being placed. So instead of putting torches everywhere, I can put flowers everywhere to light the place. And they don't necessarily show any more illumination than the predecessor. We got a purple one there. Yep. Let's play with that one. Right, so they don't really look different. And that's part of the beauty of them. Until you hover over them with Walia, that's a mystical magenta flower, that's a glimmering magenta flower. And there's no difference in the texturing, which I like. I don't want to see a texture difference. I don't want to see a slight shine from these. But at night time, I bet you that will glow ever so slightly, because the area around us are glowing slightly. So what we can do is we can make some more of these glimmering flowers with just whatever we're making in the pools at the minute. And then those can go around as torches around this area, so that there's going to be no torches anywhere. We're just going to have flowers everywhere. And all of these flowers that have been created by the Jaded Amaranthus, not really taking up a lot of mana to make it, from the daylight anyway, I can start placing them flowers around here as well, to give us the daylight effect that I want. Let's place one there. Let's place one in the middle here as well. About there, I suppose. We'll put this one on this corner over here, so we don't put too many together. Let's put a green one in this middle section, and a blue one on that corner. Why not? And then I can intermix other flowers and stuff around as well, can't I? I don't need to do the same flowers all the time. Yeah, I had a black one. Let's put the black one down instead of this torch. So now all of the inside of this circle is lit because of that as well. So if I take those torches down off the tops, should find that everything's still fairly well lit around the circle itself. Obviously I want to go round everywhere with that same trick. What can I hear in there? Can you hear that? This was probably the next thing I was going to show you anyway. But I don't know if it's down here or not. No, seems okay. Oh, I think it may be lower down. Oh, sounds weird, whatever it is. Yeah, so we've got the first beacon there, and the next two beacons will be on those there. So we carry on with their iron blocks all the way around, and then all the way around the next level, all the way around the next level, and then this cobblestone marks the final level. So I'll have to take the floor down one when I get there. But this means that I've got access to the underside, so I can layer it out and fill it in as easily as possible without having to dig the whole place up. So I can carry on designing the top while the iron is all preparing itself nicely. I'm sure I heard something down there. I don't know what it is, and I can't be bothered to dig up the place just to try and find out. Let's go for a quick sleep. So while I was over here, I thought I'd have a quick check of the furnace, and the furnace had finished doing all of the iron. I've now got all the iron smelted up, doubling all the stacks up that I had. I only had like three and a bit stacks, something like that. Now I've got 5 and a bit stacks, and I'm doing the gold next. So the gold's now processing, and I'm getting this unknown golden dust, which means I'm going to end up with some other crazy ingots a bit later on at some point. Ingots of gold and this stuff, I don't know yet. I'll figure that one out as well. But back over at well, let's go upstairs. Back up here, I want to make another item from Botania that might be fairly useful to help me get around a bit, just to help me get about where I want to go when I want to go. The carrot, that's a good one, and put that back now, I should think. Feathers. Do I have feathers in a chest somewhere? Any mob drops? No. I've got to have a feather somewhere. Where would I put a feather? If I was a feather, where would I be? Animal drops. There we go. Get a feather. I need another one of those air shards. So I need a carpet, and I need a mana steel. So let's quickly go and get ourselves some mana from up here. This pool should have recharged a little bit since last time I was over here. Oh yeah, quite a bit actually. Okay, let's make a mana steel. Alrighty, okay. And then head on back down. We should be able to do this now. Let's put those on. That on, that on. that on and that on. And tap it. Come on, give me the mana. Give me the mana. Give me that thing. Give me that thing. Okay, come on. Anytime today. Come on, Crackle. Come on, Snap Crackle. Snap Crackle Pop. Thank you. Come on. Oh, I got to throw. Oh, there's me forgetting how to make a freaking rune. Look. Right, put that on there. Put that on there. On there. On. There we go. Now do it. Thank you. Awesome. Alright, so that's that. Derped up. Well, things can't go much more derpy right there, can it? Right, that goes on the shelf. Thank you. Thank you. On the shelf. Alright, and I also need a twig, I believe, which is some of the mana wood. So that's this stuff. Let's grab this while I'm around here. Okay. Put that in and make twig. There we go. And the other bit of it. Let's have a look. What was that? That and another feather. Okay, another feather. Do that. Okay. Let's see how this works. Because this is supposedly quite cool. Let's see. Rod of the Skies. There we go. Now I've got some mana charged over here. Let's have a look, see if it works. So, fly up. Oh, nice. See just how high we can go. Apparently it stops feather. It gives you feather falling while you're up there as well. All right, that's a small recharge. Does a small recharge. Oh, it just gives you a big jump. I was hoping for a bit more actual flight. Nah. It's not too bad. Not too bad. I've still got plenty of mana. It's good for big jumps, I suppose. It's not true flight, though, is it? So we're going to have to find some other way to fly. I can jump over. No. Jump over. Okay. Well, it's sort of big jumps. Not quite flying. I was hoping that you would have extended flight with it, but no. It's just big jumps. And even then, it's not really that far. It's okay, though. It's okay. We'll store it away. It'll be something useful one day. It'll be just for that right situation at some point, won't it? Right, let's put all that away. And let's make some more to the beacon. And then we're about done with this episode, guys. We will be doing more stuff. I've got to do some more mining now. I've nearly run out of all these resources. I want to keep some of these available for mana steel. I'm going to carry on prettifying and messing about round at the Druids area. One more. No, I'm going to keep that. 36 iron blocks. Not bad for a day or two mining. Let's take these in here. There we go. Go up down the back. So you can hear that noise anymore. No, sounds like they've gone. Alright, let's pop these over here then. Oh no, there it is. You can still hear it. That there. Okay, and then I'll start working around the edge to make sure that I fill it all in properly. We don't actually need more than a basic beacon. Like that first 3x3 is all we need really for a basic beacon to start going. But I want to have a fully fledged beacon over here. And as you can see, it's going to take quite a lot of iron. So while it's working, it's cool, and when it isn't, it'll be fine. But that should give us a bit more bonus over here. So we've got speed. Okay, I must have removed it when I was messing about. We will have some speed anyway. Let's quickly gather these plants back up. Gather all these. There's this corner just out of reach from that one over there. Maybe I need another one in the other corner as well. I might have to do that. I might have to put them on 2 corners so that it fills up quite rapidly with all of them. And throw them in there. It's a very quick and easy way just to generate lots and lots of Botania flowers out of a bit of mana. But mostly, the reason I've got all this mana generating is to make myself some Terra Steel. And Terra Steel seems to require like half of one of these mana pools. So if I've got 4 full mana pools by generating flora and fauna around the place, then I will be able to make my mana steel, my Terra Steel very quickly and fairly efficiently. Like dispatching that Ent over there, who was obviously coming to eat my brains. There we go. Right then, guys, thank you very much for watching another episode. I will be messing around with this. I've had another thought about maybe making it a bit of a water feature, like a fountain flowing either side of some structure. A fountain that you can walk up and over. Maybe. Maybe. We shall see. Oh, Andy's going to sleep. Made it morning. Very good. Very good. Should be going and doing some more adventuring later on with Andy. So you should tune into his channel to see another season of adventure in the Age of Adventure, where we're going to be having a good look around the Twilight Forest. I believe we're going to have a good explore of the Twilight Forest. I may set up a little portal over here somewhere as well at some point in the future. But for right now, guys, thank you very much for watching this episode. I will see you next time in a Druid's Tale in the Age of Adventure on Utopia Cubed.